Alright, welcome back to The Brilliant Healer's New Life in the Shadows. Anime Review, Episode number 5. We're here reviewing episodes 9 and 10 for the series. And tomorrow, it's part of view schedule. This one. Yep, so, with this particular episode, these episodes are, well, basically we have to, well, in a way, so after being the Zombie King previous episode, well, Cross basically recommends, Zeto, aka Zetos, join the faction, which he does. And then we see how the professor works, where he apparently, now he uses type magic that Zenos never heard before, where it involves taking portions of someone's life force to heal an injury. He sees this spot because he's back in line, he's new, but he basically sneaks up on just a quick peek. Now, there's technically nothing wrong with what he's doing here. And apparently the reason why all the parade is just to show force. That's pretty much the reason for it. Then, of course, Guild is, well, then, of course, talk about a possible dinner party. Of course, they deal with that. And there's also something that basically Zenos actually is enjoying his time here because he wants to learn more about his master. Who he is, they don't really know. And also the fact that Lily's introduced to Cross, which of course I think Cross referred to as cute, but yeah, and then Cross apparently decides to refer to himself as Zenos' bro, even though they're not related. Yeah, and it's almost like, what's going on here? Of course, she has to hide. One thing you should note, though, she's hiding her ears with like little palm things, which I thought was quite cute. The fact that they allow her to do that. Yes. Then, of course, basically, there you have. Let's have them do dog sitting. Madam Milk, this adorable little dog. Which, of course, basically walks. And then, apparently, Lee slips out of the hand and gets hit by a carriage. And basically heals. He, of course, Cross tries. And he actually does do all my condition. And, of course, then he proceeds to heal her scars. And, apparently, heal her ribs. Full heal. And Cross takes credit for this. Despite the fact it was Zeno, basically, who did this. But yeah, and then of course, basically, then the professor sees, oh, good job. Of course, he's informed this by the first secretary. By the way, how got unleashed? Well, the first secretary is a drunk, so he basically threw his bottle right at the dog, which caused her to run away. Yep. Then, of course, the professor gets a contact from a noble, who basically is all about his daughter's got this growth on her face, he doesn't like it. And she's like, I want to leave a room. And then we have them basically come by later on before this, what happens next, where who talks to Zeno basically about, the fact that basically mentor. It's a great conversation. Carmela's like, I give her 2. It's like, don't give ratings. And of course, Zeno's like, who are you talking to? Of course, it's not noticeable Rafe there, but she's nice to her, probably because basically that his magic is a lot stronger than everybody else at the college. So, then we also see, then they're brought to the Manus Mansion. I remember this in the manga, reading this, where they actually Zeno, first the professor tries to convince her to go surgery. She says no. Cross tries. Of course, he refers to as a moron. Then Zeno, basically, as polite as he can be, tells her basically it's up to her to make a decision. And the fact that she will be fine with the growth, basically she will live, but once removed, wants surgery. And they do. Cross is told to do the surgery because he did credit for healing the dog. And of course, Zeno is giving him instructions. Of course, the professor doesn't know that, but giving him silent instructions so he knows what he's doing. And of course, Black Hawk's cutting the nerve because basically there's and of course, according to him, that was actually the correct move. So then, of course, he proceeds to finish up and heal her face. And then, apparently, that this actually does tie into a little bit happens afterwards. Then after the surgery's finished, her father really wants to hug her, basically she's happy to see her alive. It's like, Mirror first. Bro's gone. And what would the person who healed me? And like, no, not the moron, the other one. And the butler points at his name as Zeno because he overheard his name. And Knights didn't do that. And all he was doing, he had this. He was watering a plant in her room. And before the surgery happened, he basically decided to heal one of her pet birds because she's got all these birds. And they also bring up the Firefox pelt, which is something that happened a few episodes ago. And this, oh yeah, spoiled little girl is like, okay, I can buy that this girl is the one they were talking about. But she seems quite nice. Yeah, I'm sure she's spoiled, but I'm sure she's probably a nice woman. And apparently she's become another woman interested in Zeno. Before we talk about the end of the episode, talk about the 3 slime bosses just cleaning up his clinic, just breaking into his place. Like, first apparently, yeah, look at it like, oh, she's the one here. Maybe she'll sniff Zeno's bed. Zeno's bed. And Sophia's there, and they clean up, and then the ogre lady comes in, breaks the door, she fixes the door, they clean up, and then they leave. It's a brief scene for them, but hey, at least it got to feature the 3 slime bosses who are supposed to be the main characters of the series. Yep, and then of course you have and Zenos just taking these concoctions back to like a storage room. It's like, you didn't think of one, so we just don't get proper order. And then Cross comes by, says, oh yeah, because of this successful surgery, Cross and Zenos, well, Zeno, has been invited to the dinner party they mentioned in the last episode. Which now things moving forward. Yep. And well, we have, like I said, 2 more to go. But no dub's never released yet. I'm going to wait till tomorrow to watch that. Yep, so yeah, that's particularly a particular view. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications. Next up, well, I'm going to start a brand new anime. This will be the last one that I'll watch, and then I'll head back to watch Jiraiya. Which I think today, I should be able to go through pretty much the whole thing today. Hopefully. Excuse me, what it is, you'll find out later. But it will be in my 21st anime I've checked it this year. You're like, really? 21? Yeah, because this year so far, I've checked out like my first like several anime in the period of a week. Probably because they just started and just basically come up quickly. Now, one of those anime is still going on. That being, I left my A-rank part of former students to explore Dungeon Deaths. Now, I should also point out at this point in the series, the whole thing with the previous party, yeah, that part of the story is done. Now you can think of basically 7 through 12 as basically the second half. Well, it's more like the second story arc. But we're 4 episodes in, and well, we have 2 more left to go. Yep. So I was doing Comic Corner, but I'm going to save it for later. But I will see you all later for my review for the new anime plus the Comic Corner. Okay, next time.